Good evening, Dan Fitzpatrick here at Stock Market Mentor on Tuesday, September 11th. Remember what happened here 11 years ago. Facebook, this is what I want to talk about. I'd mentioned just yesterday that I compared Facebook with Constant Contact as opposed to Constant Comment, which is a T. But Constant Contact is, I really like this internet or this social media trade because I don't think it's a trade. I think it's a pretty repeatable pattern that seems to be working. Companies got a pretty strong growth rate, or a high growth rate. So this is one that I would be, want to add to on any pullback. But right now, I think I'm just good with where it is. But with Facebook, I'd mentioned yesterday, I think that you want to stay away from this stock unless it starts trading above 20. 20 is your bogey. If the stock starts trading above 20, then that's probably, you've got to look at that and say, okay, well, maybe this is one that I want to be long. Still totally richly valued, but a lot of stocks are. A lot of stocks are richly valued for years. So I don't know whether Facebook's going to be or not. I kind of think the 950 million users is probably a little bit of, let's say, smoke and puffery. Since probably not 950 million of them are really active and aren't duplicates, etc., etc. But that doesn't matter. Because what I just mentioned, I mean, that's not like news to you, shouldn't be news to you, shouldn't be news to anybody. A lot of people, that's already baked into the price of the stock, that 950 million users is not 950 million unique users, it's just 950 million accounts, whether or not they're active or not. The reason I'm mentioning that is, don't think that when I say that I'm giving you any novel theory. I'm not. And we don't really care anyway, even if I am, because I'm not like the king of Facebook. Obviously, try to friend me. You can't find me. But what I do like about this is that the stock's now trading above 20 bucks because Mark Zuckerberg came out of hiding yesterday or earlier today. I listened to some of what he had to say, but he's pretty optimistic about the company, and he basically told investors what they wanted to hear, which is, I think, frankly, twofold. Number one, I care. And then number two, hey, I do have a vision for what's happening. I think ultimately we're going to make more in mobile than we have on on existing platforms, PCs, PDAs, and all that kind of pads and that type of thing. So that's what investors want to hear because that's the future of the market. So the bottom line is we've got Facebook that this may be the end of the base. Perhaps until next earnings. Look, they could announce next earnings and have to give tepid guidance going forward, and the stock could be $9. Or they could announce some pretty solid earnings and the stock can be 39 bucks. We don't know, but right now we do know that we've got a stock that's trading on the low end at about 1750, 1755 to be sure. Now it's trading above 20. We're probably going to get a little bit of a short squeeze. There are a lot of shorts leaning on this stock. And so if this stock does not fall down immediately tomorrow morning, if it remains trading above 20 bucks, say the first 5, 10, 15 minutes in, you're probably going to look back and say, well, this looks like it was probably a pretty meaningful low. And you're going to see the stock moving higher. You know what? That's really all I have to say about it. One thing, I've mentioned this a couple times before, we are going to be opening up Option Market Mentor pretty soon for new members. We're just kind of doing a last minute scramble on putting some things together, but I'm really excited about it. We've got a lot of beta members who have hung in there for longer than I want to mention, trying to get this squared away. And so I hope if you're not on our email list, you will just do that. We don't spam you. We're kind of too busy for that. But just go over to optionmarketmentor.com and sign up. I promise you, you're going to be glad you did.